Hey y'all, welcome to Andrea Speaks TV. I'm Andrea, your host. Hope you're doing well. I want to come on and share some information with you all I feel like is important. First of all, I hope you're doing well on this wonderful Wednesday. A lot has been happening, y'all. A lot of severe weather outbreaks all across the United States. Y'all know I've been talking about here on the channel the fact that, there has just been unusual weather patterns happening. And so I want to come on and talk about Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Do you all know, are you all aware of what's going on there? If you're not, I believe this happened this past Friday. There's a small community called Rolling Fork, Mississippi, in the state of Mississippi, and they were hit by, I believe, what has been categorized as an F4 tornado. That was the strength of the tornado. Many people are reporting, there are many reports that the town is just completely gone, meaning, people's houses were just destroyed, businesses destroyed. It's a very tragic thing that has happened in Rolling Fork. And so I just want to play some information for you. Give me just a minute, y'all. Let me get it set up here. Okay, y'all.
Okay, let's do that. One of the most vulnerable communities in one of the poorest states in America. And as the long road to recovery gets underway, we spoke with residents today who say that they need a tremendous amount of help to even try to rebuild. The scale of the destruction in Rolling Fork is clear, and it would seem many of these homes never stood a chance against an EF4 tornado. There are community shelters across Mississippi where families can ride out storms. But the nearest public shelter that could withstand those 170-mile-an-hour winds was 10 miles away from Rolling Fork in Mayersville, Mississippi.
Listen, y'all.
So this was my convenience store here. And as you can see, yes, this is ruined.
Curtis Macon's wife rode out the storm in this building. She had nowhere else to go. Fortunately, she survived.
She was in this building, and you see the store. She was in there. She would have been gone. I lost friends right next door. I lost 10 friends down there. My wife is here get tossed around. So, I just...
This was a double gut punch. This was his business.
Hey y'all, welcome
home.
to the channel.
He says he built it with his bare hands.
Talking about
It's not insured. It's a total loss.
I had 2 washing machines and 2 dryers in here. This is what my gas come into the building right there. This is beyond belief. My kitchen. That's what my vent fan that come from up top.
So basically, one of the residents in the video that I'm playing you all, one of the residents is just sharing, walking around. One of the residents of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, is walking around showing in the video what used to be, his business and different, areas. And, he's talking in past tense, what once was, in this very strong tornado that happened this past Friday, last week, almost a week ago now. You know, many of the buildings, the homes were not sturdy enough, I guess you could say, to withstand such strong winds from this EF Category 4 tornado. So y'all listen. I may have went back a little bit further, y'all. Sorry about that.
Even try to rebuild. Tonight, the scale of the destruction in Rolling Fork is clear, and it would seem many of these homes never stood a chance against an EF4 tornado. There are community shelters across Mississippi where families can ride out storms, but the nearest public shelter that could withstand those 170-mile-an-hour winds was 10 miles away from Rolling Fork in Mayersville, Mississippi.
So y'all listen, so what they're basically saying is, you know, they have community shelters in the area where families can go, you know, if they know in advance, I'm sure, or if they have some time to get to a safe place, safe shelter, in the event they know a storm is coming. But they're saying now that the strongest, I guess, shelter that could have withstood those storms was 10 miles away.
Recovery gets underway. Across Mississippi where families can ride out storms. There's public shelter that could withstand those 170-mile-an-hour winds was 10 miles away from Rolling Fork in Mayersville, Mississippi.
Mayersville, Mississippi.
So this is my convenience store here.
The nearest shelter that can withstand the strength of the storm.
Curtis Macon's wife rode out the storm in this building. She had nowhere else to go. Fortunately, she survived.
She was in this.
Thank God she survived.
And you see the store. If she was in there, she would have been gone. I lost friends right next door. I lost 10 friends down there. My wife is here get tossed around. So, you know, it saved her life.
For Curtis, this was a double gut punch. This was his business and his home. He says he built it with his bare hands, but it was not insured. It's a total loss.
I had 2 washing machines and 2 dryers in here. This is what my gas coming to the building right there. This is beyond belief. My kitchen. Wow. And I had a storage shed here. That's what my vent fan that come from up top. You gotta laugh to keep from crying sometimes.
Many of the homes destroyed were trailers. The National Weather Service says those in mobile homes are 20% more likely to die during severe weather.
So I imagine a lot of people who lived in that community of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, may have lived in mobile homes, sometimes referred to as manufactured homes or trailers, okay?
Starkey County, home to hard-hit Rolling Fork, 35% of the population lives at or below the poverty line. Compare that to 19% for the state of Mississippi and just 12% across the entire country. For those like Curtis, recovery is not guaranteed in the place he's always called home. Are you going to build it back up?
The government help us out. I mean, we need help, man.
Did y'all hear what he said? And this is what I also want to talk about. You know, the reporter asked him in the video, hello to everyone who's watching. You all please comment. Let me know that the comments are coming through. Let me know that you all can hear me and see me clearly. Okay, one way that you can support the channel and let me know that you're able to hear me and see me and all of that is by commenting. Okay, so welcome to the channel. While I had some time and, you know, while I'm driving, I wanted to just come on and share my thoughts with you all about what has happened in the community of Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Okay, you all let me know in the comments, are you aware of what has happened in Rolling Fork, Mississippi? Okay, I can say for myself that prior to the tornado that occurred on last Friday, I had not heard of that community. I live here in Georgia. Of course, I've heard of Mississippi, but I had never heard of, you know, sometimes we hear a lot about the larger cities like Jackson, Mississippi, for example. And which, speaking of Jackson, Mississippi, I've reported on them before here on the channel and the crisis that they have faced. And so now I'm on speaking about Rolling Fork, Mississippi, where this past Friday, there was a very strong, very powerful EF, categorized as EF4 tornado that went through the community, destroyed pretty much, it sounds like the entire community, homes, businesses, just completely destroyed. And so the news video that I'm sharing with you all, there was a gentleman who owned a business in the community, which also served as his home. It was a total loss. And the reporter asked the gentleman, you know, he shared a lot of information. He shared about, you know, what used to be of his business, you know, what stood here, and this used to be this over here. He also, it sounded like he teared up, you know, quite naturally, speaking about the amount of friends that he had lost, you know, the loss of life in the tornado. And it was also reported that 35% of the community of Rolling Fork lived at or below the poverty line. Many people lived in manufactured homes, which also in the report it said that people in manufactured homes or mobile homes or trailers, they're sometimes referred to as, you know, I guess are more, you know, at risk in the event of a storm like that. So very devastating thing. But as I was saying, the reporter asked him, you know, are you going to rebuild? And he said, the gentleman in the video, one of the residents of the Rolling Fork, Mississippi community, said, if the government helps them out. He said, you know, that we need the help of the government. I'm going to play it again. I hope I don't go back too far, but I want you to listen at his words, okay? Hold on, y'all. Let me see.
Are you going to build it back up?
The government help us out. I mean, we need help, man. We need help.
Curtis's story certainly resonated with me. He is, of course, just one of so many stories of despair in the midst of these mountains of misfortune that we see scattered all about this city.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel.
Underway. We spoke with America, and as
sorry about that, y'all. All right, so he's saying that, you know, they need help quite naturally. Very small community, and he's calling on the government to help. Okay, I actually want to share some information with you about the government's help. Okay, let me see if I can. Give me just a minute, y'all. Hold on. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Wednesday to tune in. I hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday. Let me know where you're tuned in, watching from. Get to a place where I can stop and talk about it. Y'all give me just a moment. I was trying to play another video, so listen to this, y'all. Let me see, it may be in this one. I want to play this video for you all.
Well, Michael, a press conference just wrapped up here in the devastated town of Rolling Fork, and you can see over here Governor of Mississippi, Tate Reeves, Governor Robert Ray, Fox Weather, Fox.
Are you all able
News.
to hear the video?
Okay, how are you? Thank you for being on with us live. FEMA, your name, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Deanne Criswell, FEMA Administrator.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being on with us. I just heard you guys discuss everything that's going on. Help is on the way. It's a clear message. You guys are on the ground. Right now, most important thing for the affected survivors, their families, and the people of this community, and we'll start with you, Governor.
Well, the most important thing is for everyone to know that help is on the way, that we are going to provide resources both through public assistance and individual assistance for these individuals. But look, the folks here, they get it. They understand. I mean, you can just look right back here. Someone literally pulled up a grill and is cooking, and they're providing food. And so the volunteers have been outstanding. And that's what it takes for the first 24, 48, 72 hours. The resources that we're going to be able to provide really are for the intermediate and longer term, because when you look at a place like here, what you see is this isn't going to be a quick recovery. This isn't overnight. And so we've got to make sure that we get resources in their pockets soon, but also we got to look towards housing. We got to look towards small business assistance, because we got to allow people to stay in these communities. And right now there's not a lot of places that is livable. So.
Yeah, and the Mississippi Delta, you know, healthcare is an issue, and you know, services often an issue, and as far as short-term help for everybody, like immediate, I mean, I assume that the plan is to make things happen very quickly.
Absolutely. Right now, our partners at the American Red Cross, they are here on the ground. They're providing shelter for those that need it. They're providing food and water for those that need it. And so we want to make sure that people are safe. That is the number one thing right now, is making sure people are safe. But what I would add to what the governor said is, as they're going through their homes right now, making sure that they're very cognizant of the hazards that are in there, and that we're keeping aware of the weather that's coming in, because they want to start this recovery process, but they need to be cognizant of the things that are going to potentially harm them. So really important.
Speaking of weather, I have to ask both of you. This part of the country has been under severe weather watches and warnings since Christmas, every single week. I mean, it's remarkable.
We talked about it here on the channel, y'all.
We've seen over the winter months, and then we kick off this first week of spring like this. Is there anything that you're doing on a state level and you on a federal level to recognize the fact that we are seeing a burst in weather systems in the southeast, and is there new plans in the future to react, and whoever wants to go?
Well, I would just say this: you're right. We've been under a constant state of potential storms since literally the beginning of this year, and in the first, I'd say, almost 12 weeks, we in Mississippi had gotten lucky. Well, here that we're in the last week of March, we're no longer lucky. We bore the brunt of this horrible event that entered our state there on the western border at the Mississippi River, and really didn't stop doing significant damage until it left our state near the Tennessee-Tombigbee River on the northeastern corner. And so clearly we have a lot to do. But what I would tell you is, when you think about the things that FEMA has done, mitigation. Long-term mitigation is the key. I was with someone yesterday in Winona, Mississippi, that had a storm shelter that they had gotten some years ago through one of the FEMA mitigation programs. And those are the kind of things that we have to do to prepare ourselves long-term for what is seemingly more and more events that are occurring. And I think the administrator talked about this, but they have really placed a focus on providing resources to help with mitigation efforts.
And yeah, at a federal level.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are seeing a tremendous increase in the severity of weather events, the frequency of weather events, the types of weather events.
Listen to what they're saying, y'all.
Ahead of it. We have to invest in mitigation today to help reduce the impacts from these types of events that we're seeing.
So you have the FEMA administrator, right? FEMA administrator even admitting that, you know, like I've been reporting here on the channel, right? She's even admitting, you know, that they have been seeing weather events, you know, happen all, you know, throughout the United States. Patterns, you know, she didn't necessarily say that word, but we've talked about here on the channel before how there are just unusual weather patterns. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you all so much for your support. Okay. Let me keep playing the video, y'all. So basically, they spoke to, this was Fox Weather, spoke to Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves and the FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell about what affected residents can expect after a deadly tornado ripped through the community of Rolling Fork, Mississippi on Friday, March 24th, 2023. Okay, listen, y'all.
We have had a record amount of money made available to communities to help them with that.
This is what I want to talk about.
Taking the time to do technical assistance to help communities think about the types of projects that they should be able to do, because when you look at some communities, they're just trying to.
Can you all hear the
respond
video?
and
Are you all able to hear the
we also
video?
want to help them think about, okay, how do you rebuild this to make sure it's going to withstand and be more resilient to something in the future?
My last question, and it's an important one. If you're a person that is in one of these neighborhoods
Listen,
that went
y'all.
into the tub or wherever they took shelter, and they came out and everything was gone, their livelihood, and they need help right now, and they're trying to figure out, where do I sleep? Where do I get a new phone? Where do I have money? What's your guidance immediately for these people?
Well, the primary guidance I would tell you is we are
Please
going
give
to
this
have
video
people
a
on the
thumbs up if you
ground
can hear
going door to
and
door
see.
trying to help these individuals.
Listen, y'all.
The guidance I would give them is make sure they have appropriate ID, because unfortunately, even in times where 99.9% of the people that are here to help, there are always those with a sham.
What if they don't have ID?
Well, if they don't have an ID, they don't need to provide any personal information or anything along those lines. And so there's enough law enforcement around here that I will tell you that we're not going to put up with it in Mississippi, but just be careful. Make sure that they either have a MEMA ID or a FEMA ID, but there will be people here to help you. We are setting up resource centers as well in this community, as well as every other community throughout the state that was hurt. So.
Governor, thank you. Administrator, your guidance.
If they have immediate needs today, I contact their local officials, right? There are a lot of volunteer agencies that are here on the ground providing a lot of different resources, and so the local officials in these
Hi,
communities,
Seashells
they'll know how to
Prosperity.
connect them with
No,
us.
I'm
If they
actually.
need shelter, they can always go to the American Red Cross.
No, I am here in Georgia, okay? But this story was one that I felt like was very important. Are you in Mississippi? I'm actually here in Georgia. Welcome to the channel, okay? All right. So y'all listen, I'm playing a news article where the governor of Mississippi, Tate Reeves, and FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell were talking about they're talking about the deadly tornado that ripped through and pretty much destroyed what many people are saying is the entire community of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, y'all.
Website and find where the local shelter is. They have shelters.
They're talking now about resources that are
and then
being
they need
made
to start
available.
The process, right? They need to either register for assistance through FEMA
Listen,
in the counties that
talk
are
about
declared,
this assistance,
or they need
y'all.
to file a claim with their insurance company to get the funding moving in their direction.
And if you can find your phone, take pictures.
Yes,
Take
yes.
pictures. Pictures help in the process. Let me just say that. It really helps. And we actually have an online map app, and we can we'll walk through individuals on a person-by-person basis on how you can upload those pictures into your individual account, so that the every resource that is available to you is made available to you.
Governor, thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
Thank you, Madam Administrator. Thank you, guys. Appreciate everything.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Thank you. Michael, you heard it live here on Fox Weather. Press conference just ended. We got the one-on-one look into exactly how they're going to handle it. And let's hope that promises and guidance actually come to fruition for the people in these
We're gonna talk
neighborhoods
about that too,
surrounding here
y'all.
that have lost everything. Michael?
Robert, that was an incredible interview with so much great substantive information. You were speaking with Tate Reeves, the Mississippi governor, just saying that they will be providing resources for housing and small businesses. And as you just said, Robert, we are hoping that they're able to follow through on all of those promises in the days and weeks to come.
Absolutely. Robert Ray, thanks so much.
And that's...
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, and that's the key point. Will they follow through? They need to be held accountable, and in the aftermath of these situations.
We're gonna be talking about it, y'all. Will
We
they?
have you just for another minute or so. I'm just curious. You know, you are basically in the backyards of where these people just saw a life-threatening tornado, lots of destruction and damage. Can you just give us a sense for our viewers who are just joining us at the 2 o'clock hour, what it looks like around you and what you're seeing?
Yep, absolutely, Michael. And we'll walk here. Press conference was right here. This is where everybody was. Media was over there. And look at this, right behind where you had FEMA, you had other federal officials, local officials. You see this. Check this out. This is a neighborhood right off of the main small 2-lane highway here in the Mississippi Delta. And you see the trees with no leaves. You see homes crushed. You see vehicles that were thrown hundreds of feet in the air and then dropped down as if Godzilla stepped on them. You see the actual machinery here starting already to push around some of this debris to the sides so that they can get and pick it all up. And that's actually part of this federal declaration by President Biden and FEMA, is that they will have these resources in here to get rid of this debris very, very quickly. That's part of it, and that's a good thing. I just stepped on a water bottle that exploded, and you're going to have to see it. This is what we see all over the ground here, guys. Still, we see electrical wires, and of course there's no power and there's no running water here, but this is a neighborhood, this is a backyard, this is where kids grew up, this is where families on a Sunday would normally be enjoying the current good weather, although that likely may change later this afternoon into the evening, and let's just hope that we do not see anything even remotely like we saw last Friday between 8 and 9 o'clock Central.
Robert Ray for us.
A lot of activity here this morning, exactly, and this afternoon here on the Mississippi River in the Mississippi Delta. Amazing scene.
Robert Ray Force in Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Thank you so much for your insight and, of course, your interview and your live reporting. We will be checking back with you in just a moment.
All right, y'all. So y'all just heard, okay, this video. I'm live talking about Rolling Fork, Mississippi. There was a comment that came through earlier. Let's see. Just a moment. Okay. Seashells photography. Okay. Let's see. Okay. You heard that it may be upgraded to an EF5. That's very, very powerful. Is that the most powerful one? I know there's a scale. But I can't think of off the top of my head right now what that scale goes to. But I know that is a very, very powerful tornado. I pray, for the people who are in that area affected, that they're able to, that they're, I pray prayers of peace and comfort, that they're able to get the things that they need, the help that they need. It's just a very, very devastating thing. Let me see. I'm just making sure that I read over your comments. Oh, okay. She doesn't. You were saying that there's a lady that doesn't want to leave her cats there. Okay. I'm sure that she's very attached to them, but maybe, there's just concern about her safety. Okay, let's see. Okay, and you were saying that the shelters, the different places won't allow animals. Okay. It's just a very tragic thing, y'all. Listen, if you're just joining us, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I want to extend an invitation for you to subscribe and join our community. We're a group here, a community here. We're concerned about the times we're living in. We're seeking truth and transparency. We want to know what's really going on. How can we make plans to protect and provide for our family in the event of everything that's going on and what could possibly come. So thank you all so much for taking time out of your Wednesday evening to tune in. This video is about Rolling Fork, Mississippi, a very small community. Thank you all so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate your support. Okay, welcome. Seashells Prosperity. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And please be sure that you check out the many videos that I have here on the channel. My hope and prayer is that you and everyone who tunes in and subscribes and supports me here on the channel that you are able to learn from the information that I share, y'all. Y'all, you know, there are times when we hear about, you know, severe weather patterns and things happening, tornadoes in this case, in a community. I have actually been in a tornado, not once but twice. It's a very very scary situation to be in. You know, you're praying, and, you know, praying that, you know, that you be safe and everything in it. But you just don't know the outcome. It's a very scary situation to be in. This is the first time that I know of hearing of a tornado, and you can share your thoughts as well. This is my first time hearing of a tornado happening in a community, and it completely destroying the community. Have you all ever heard of that happening? It's just, it really leaves you almost speechless. And I'm just someone who, I'm on the outside looking in, reading information. I cannot imagine how the people of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, how they could be feeling. Is there anyone on who is watching, who is in that area or near that area? Very, very, very tragic, very tragic situation. Listen, y'all, I want to read some information. I shared a video. If you're just joining on, please make sure after I end the live and upload it that you go back and watch it. But I was playing a video about a resident who lived there, who would live through it, and was speaking about the aftermath. His business was destroyed. His business also doubled as his home. That was destroyed. He was asked by the reporter if he was going to rebuild, and he talked about if the government helps, you know, saying that we need help. The people of Rolling Fork need help. And I want to talk about the help that has been promised. And then the question was also asked in the video, will there be accountability held? Will accountability, can't talk, y'all, sorry. Will there be accountability in helping the people of Rolling Fork, Mississippi? Now, we have seen, okay, we've talked about here on the channel, and we have seen what has happened. We've talked about here on the channel, and we have seen what has happened concerning the people of East Palestine, Ohio. Okay, separate situation, you know, with the train derailment there. And we've seen how slow it seems like there has been help, how slow the process has been to help the people of East Palestine, Ohio. Okay, my question is, will there be accountability in helping the people of Rolling Fork, Mississippi? Now, you know, a lot of people have asked the question, even some of the residents, how are they going to rebuild when a tornado has said to just have, you know, taken out a whole community, very small community from my research. And I want to talk about some assistance that the government has promised. And I want to ask some questions, but feel free to share your thoughts. Let's see. Right. Okay. That was the gentleman. That may have been the same gentleman that spoke in the video. Okay. Yes. Right. Very scary situation. Yes. From my understanding, you know, the whole town, they're saying that the whole town, the whole community is just gone. Businesses, buildings, structures, trees, just, you know, just a total, total loss of physical, you know, there were people that lost their lives. People lost loved ones. I don't have that data yet. I am going to do some research on that. I'm not sure exactly how many people were renting or owned their homes. The gentleman in the video that I played, he actually built his home. So give me just a minute, y'all. Let me look up something really quickly. You all make sure if you find this information to be helpful, if you feel like this topic is very relevant, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me some feedback in the comments. I appreciate, again, your support. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to share some information with you all about the assistance that has been promised. Thank you all so much for your patience. All right, it's coming up. Let me see. All right, here's some information I want to share with you all. You can share your thoughts. The March 24th, 2023 severe weather disaster information. This is coming from the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency. Okay, they are offering assistance, FEMA individual assistance, as well as small business disaster assistance. They're saying small businesses and most private nonprofit organizations in the following counties. They do a whole list of counties. They're saying may apply for assistance. The U.S. Small Business Administration, or SBA, is opening a portable loan outreach center, okay, PLOC, in Sharkey County, Mississippi on Wednesday, March 29th. SBA is establishing the center, it says, to help anyone in the declared counties apply for, listen, y'all, they can apply for a low interest disaster loan for damages caused by the severe storms, straight line winds, and tornadoes that occurred March 24th and 25th. So I've already shared information with you all that, according to the information I shared, it says that 35% of the people in this community live at or below the poverty line, which is a high percentage, right? They totally lost everything, okay? Their home, businesses. I would even maybe say churches, their community. The gentleman in the video that I played, right? He said that when he was asked a question about rebuilding, thank you, Seashells Prosperity, for sharing that information. I do see your comments. You know, people in the community, like the gentleman that I shared in the video, who was being interviewed, they lost everything. And when asked how is he going to rebuild, he said, you know, they need the government's help. Now, here you are, you have multiple people, multiple families, businesses that have lost everything. And everything that's in that community that was destroyed by the tornado, EF4 categorized tornado. If they work in that community, if the businesses were destroyed, they're not able to go to work, right? Unless they're working at a different location. I don't know about the banks or anything like that in that area, or if they have other resources, but how are they going to pay, you know, in a crisis situation like this? How would they be able to pay back the loan? So in other words, the government, what they're saying is, our government, right, is offering a low interest. Let me read it word for word, okay? This talking about assistance to the people in Rolling Fork, right? The government is offering, the SBA, U.S. Small Business Administration, SBA, is opening a portable loan outreach center, PLOC, to help anyone in the declared counties apply for a low interest disaster loan. Okay, this is not something new. These are things that have been around, caused by the severe storms, straight line winds, and tornadoes. Okay. They also have job centers open to assist residents with filing claims with the appropriate information. Listen to this, y'all. Okay, they're also offering tetanus shots. Okay, the tetanus thing, y'all know what I'm talking about. They're offering free Tdap shots. Okay, for responders and residents who were affected by the weekend storms. Now, I've never heard of that. Not to say that it doesn't happen. Also, let me say that just based on my research, I believe that 74%, if I'm correct, 74% of the population of Rolling Fork, Mississippi is Black, okay, Black Americans. And one of the things they're offering, I don't know, you all let me know, do they offer this in a crisis situation? They're offering free tetanus shots. I never heard of that being offered, you know, in a crisis situation. But again, not to say that it doesn't happen. Maybe it happens. I just never heard of that. Okay. But again, we're talking about a predominantly Black community. Okay. Says the Monroe County Health Department. Okay. They want to remind all residents affected by the tornadoes of the weekend that a tetanus shot is recommended if it's been 10 years or more since your last tetanus shot. Okay, I'm not on here advocating for anybody to go get it. I'm just reporting the information and I'm asking questions. Is this something that normally happens? Is this because this is a largely predominantly Black community? What's really going on with that? Okay. Yeah, so they're saying that people can apply for low interest disaster loans. Okay. Now, another thing I want to point out, I'm not telling anyone how to use their money, how to spend their money. But what if people came together, right? Celebrities, athletes, some of these foundations, organizations. Imagine if they all came together, okay? Maybe even private donors in the community came together and helped these people rebuild without them having to go into debt. Why is it that our country is sending millions and billions of dollars overseas? Is that in the form of a low interest loan? I'm not sure. The money that is being sent to Ukraine, is that money in the form of a low interest loan? Or is that a gift? Or is it considered a grant that doesn't have to be paid back? Why is it that our country is sending millions and billions of dollars overseas, not only to Ukraine, but other countries? But when it comes time for our people, our American people, to have, and again, I'm not saying that people in other countries don't need help. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if we're helping people overseas, why are we not providing sufficient help for our very own people here in America? So what do y'all think about this low interest loan situation? All right. Hello, Junior Mustang. Thank you so much for tuning in and for your support. Okay. What are y'all thoughts on this low interest loan that they're saying that people can apply for? And what comes with that? What stipulations come with that? With taking out a loan? Are these people going to be forever indebted in some kind of way to the government for this type of loan? Oh, sorry about that, y'all. I'm pressing the talk button again. Sorry about that. These buttons on my steering wheel. I made a mistake and pressed one. Let's see. Right. You know, but in this case, you know, we talk a lot here about being self-reliant, but in this crisis situation, you know, for many people, you know, possibly they can only turn to the government. They don't have any other choices and options but to turn to the government. So that's something for, you know, us to think about. I know we talk about also on the channel about being prepared, but you know, in this case, I don't know, you all share your thoughts. Right. Okay. Junior said that, America is sending 8 times, it was stated, so many millions and billions of dollars overseas, but the same amount is not used to help the American people, it seems. Imagine if, we took some of the money that was being sent over to Ukraine and other countries and helped the people of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, so that they would not have to go in debt and just be stuck. But they can still rebuild and continue on their lives and possibly even improve their lives, right? Let me see what else they're saying, y'all. Hold on. Here's an update on the FEMA website. Again, they have a button where you can apply for assistance. But again, y'all, the question is, are the government officials, are they actually going to help them? Is there going to be some accountability and in a quick response to help the people of Rolling Fork, Mississippi? Listen, okay, this is something standard, I believe. If you have insurance, you file a claim with your insurance company immediately. FEMA assistance cannot aid with losses already covered by insurance, okay? I actually, after Hurricane Katrina, I actually assisted. I went with a group to assist with the Hurricane Katrina cleanup. I have not been back since, so I can't exactly say how they're doing after Katrina, but I would think that things are pretty much different. A lot of people, I know when I was there after the hurricane, a lot of areas was just like ghost towns. Like you could see the homes there, you could see the flood damage. There was nobody there. So I imagine a lot of people moved away and didn't go back. So I imagine things are very, very different today than they once were. Right. They want all of us like that. I agree. So they do have different websites. If you go to FEMA.gov, you'll see the information there. Severe weather. Let's see. They also said, as I just read about the Small Business Administration. Let's see. So this is just a lot, y'all. How are the people? Why isn't it that, again, I'm going to ask the question, why isn't it that our government can take some of the money being sent overseas and redirect that to help the people who are in need in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, and other communities that have been devastated by natural or unnatural disasters? Okay, I didn't know that about the container homes. Okay. All right, y'all. So I just wanted to come on and share some information. If you want to do some more research about this, you can just search Rolling Fork, Mississippi. They also have some information on disasterassistance.gov or FEMA.gov. You can find more information there. Again, I am praying for the people. Yes, Seashells Prosperity. We're sending money overseas to Ukraine to allegedly help what's happening there. Let's see. Okay, Junior says natural disasters are not covered. Understand insurance, you have to pay extra. Then they give you, it's a lot going through insurance to cover it. Like their insurance isn't always just like, oh, this happened. Oh yeah, let's help you. Like it seemed like their job is to find and hear me and see me. Are you all able to hear me and see me? I was typing in the chat. Y'all listen. I have my phone on the dashboard. Are you all able to hear me and see me? Okay, hold on. I got it. I have my phone on the dashboard, y'all. The message came on saying that the temperature was I guess my phone got too hot and it had to cool down. Okay. Are you all still here? Hey, y'all. Are y'all still here? Are y'all with me? Please say y'all still here. I see some of y'all still watching. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, y'all, I really appreciate y'all. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, my phone got too hot. It had to cool down, y'all. Okay. I got to be mindful of that. Like it's starting to get warmer now. And I don't need to keep my phone on the dashboard like that. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, listen, there were some comments that came through. Wow, I didn't know that about him. Wow. Okay, y'all. Listen, I want to say thank you all. Thank you all for sharing your comments. Thank you, as always, for your support. Right. They in the video did talk about how Mississippi, for whatever reason, was one of the poorest states in our country. But I prayed that, you know, the state of Mississippi can get the resources that it needs to rebuild, so that, you know, these people can not only continue their lives and rebuild their lives, but improve their lives. Okay, y'all, listen, thank you so much for your patience. I've been super busy getting things done. The reason I felt like this story was very important, like I said, I never heard about an entire community just being destroyed, being, you know, just I don't want to say wiped out, but just being destroyed, because there are still people who are there and were able to survive, but now they're in the rebuilding process. For those people, I pray that they're able to get the resources, information, and help that they need. Again, y'all, you know, we're living in times where there's so many different events happening, severe weather patterns. There's also more severe weather coming. So again, please check out, make sure you know what's going on in your local area. Make sure that you have your emergency food supply, your survival needs. I think one thing that we can take and learn from what has happened in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, one out of many things maybe that, you know, we can take and learn, is that, you know, make sure you have your finances in order. You know, that's one way you can be self-reliant. And there may be some people in the community that, hey, they say, hey, we have the resources and the means to rebuild without government help. So that's something I think we can think about. And I'll keep you all updated on this story. Okay, be blessed, take care, stay safe. I hope you're doing well. I have some more videos coming on the channel. I'm going to be giving you all some updates. Listen, y'all, I heard there was another train derailment, either in North Dakota or South Dakota, one of the two. I'm going to look it up and see what's going on, and I'll bring you all another video on that. Okay, take care, be blessed. Again, thank you all so much. It means a lot to me that you all are supporting the channel, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Okay, be blessed, y'all. I'll be back soon with more news and commentary you can use right here on Andrea's